Alright guys, name is Tyler aka Nanogenix, and today guys it's another installment of the Before You Summon here on the channel. Today we're talking about the SSJ3 Broly, if I can talk, the SSJ3 Broly banner here on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle, releasing on global at 10:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 30th. The news just got launched, but in fact the news had me revamp this video just because of when we get to the sort of talking about the actual banner itself. We can kind of confirm what it looked like on the JP version now, and we'll talk more about that once we get there. But the whole point of a Before You Summon is that you watch this video, we go over the unit, we go over the team, we go over how the banner looked. I throw some input here and there on everything and my personal opinion on it. And we, at the end, it does become sort of a should you summon style thing, just because then you can kind of make a more collective idea of, do I want to actually summon for this unit after you've had all this laid out in front of you in a nice condensed format. So let's hop in. Actually, before we begin, if you're new to the channel, you haven't done so yet, consider going down there, hitting the red subscribe button, joining the hashtag NanoFam today, as well as consider slapping a like on today's video for another Before You Summon here on the global version of Dokkan Battle. Starting it off with the unit itself, which is the SSJ3 Broly, awakened to TUR. By the way, quick little thing here, I had no idea that his translation was Mythic Evolution Super Saiyan 3 Broly. I actually kind of like that. That's pretty awesome. Like that's like a cool name, like Mythic Evolution. I don't know. I thought that was kind of cool. Anyway, he's the extreme tech type lead, key +3, HP attack defense plus 120%. He is the final 120% lead that is not category specific or anything like that. He then also gets super type key +1, HP attack defense plus 50%. His super attack causes miss damage to enemy and greatly lowers defense. His passive skills attack plus 100%, attack plus 12%, and defense minus 10% for every key sphere obtained. Now, as of right now, on filming this, we haven't seen the unit actually released on global. He hasn't translated. He does appear to be the exact same, no sort of change or anything like that. So he does still have his huge drawback in the sense that you can literally zero out his defense. Yes, so if a thing, an attack, is supposed to do 130,000 damage, it is going to do 130,000 damage. You have no sort of damage mitigation at all with this unit if you pick up 10 key orbs and zero out his actual defense, because that is a percentage based. That is full on percentage, so minus 10% for every key sphere obtained. You get 10 of them. So anyway, moving on. Least skills: Super Saiyan, Saiyan Lineage, Berserker, Prepare for Battle, Fierce Battle, Limit Breaking Form, and Nightmare. And the most and probably best part about this unit, Extreme Tech is okay in and of itself. It does have the LR Goku Black and all that. Again, we'll get to that portion of it here in a second. But he has the Super Saiyan 3 category. He does fit, of course, into the Super Saiyan 3 category, and we'll talk more on that in a second as well. So let's hop in now to what the banner looked like on the actual JP version of the game. And unfortunately, it looks like that's what they're going to stick with here on the global version 2. But it was, as you can see there on the screen, SSJ3 Broly, Mass Saiyan, Merge Zamasu, Fuse Zamasu, I think is the actual translation. I'm still seriously going to call him Merge Zamasu for forever. Tech Golden Frieza, Tech Kid Buu, which then turns into South Kai Absorb Buu, which actually is not a bad unit. Tech Final Form Cooler, Tech Perfect Cell, who should be getting an Extreme Z Awakening at some point in time in the near-ish future. And then, of course, the SR Android 17 that turns into Super 17 that can change key spheres. Actually a pretty decent unit. Now, my high hopes for this banner, what I had hoped they would do with it, especially since they're releasing him post UI Goku, post Strength Ultimate Gohan, is that they would include some other units that would kind of entice you, but the preview image is showing it as Broly and Mass Saiyan. I don't understand that. I don't get that. So I'm hoping, I'm not giving up faith yet. I hope that there's going to be some other units on there. Now for me on global, when I do, I'm going to probably go in once on this banner. We'll see what happens. Hopefully I walk away with a Mass Saiyan. I've yet to even pull a Mass Saiyan. All these stones I've spent in the last few months since Mass Saiyan's been live, since the SSJ3 Goku came out, haven't been able to pull one. So not a bad time to hopefully try and pull one of those. But anyways, that's what the banner looked like on JP. It wasn't the best. I remember not being very excited to summon on it, outside of obviously getting the brand new SSJ3 Broly, it being the last 120 lead I needed on JP. Now we're sitting here on global and I'm missing several 120 leads, which is a weird feeling, but it is what it is. So anyways, that's what the banner looked like on JP. Hopefully it's a little bit better. I hoped at least they would add an SSJ3 Goku to this. It still fits in with the whole tech sort of thing of the banner, and so I hope they would at least add the SSJ3 Tech Goku, Angel Goku, and even possibly, for those that need him, SSJ4 Gogeta. So anyways, there you go. That's what we got on JP. Hopefully it looks a little bit better on global, but we'll find out soon enough. Then moving on to the actual team building aspect of this, and that is, I'm going to lay out what I feel like is definitely the 5 optimal units on this team, because I feel like the 6th slot on this team, because Extreme Tech is such slim pickings, like literally it could be almost anyone that you want to put on there, whether it's a free-to-play unit or anything like that. So let's lay out what the team probably should look like if you have all available Extreme Tech units with you, and then we'll hop into some options that give you basically another 5 or 6 characters that, in my opinion, make up a good Extreme Tech team. So, first and foremost, as you already know, you need the SSJ3 Broly without any sort of question. SSJ3 Broly has to be there to even run this team at all, and as long as you manage his ki fine, you don't necessarily have to zero out his defense, right? I was talking about getting the 10 ki. Yeah, you're getting 120% boosted attack, but while zeroing out your defense on top of the already attack plus 100% built into his passive. But you can sort of manage your ki a little bit on there, giving him enough edge on attack while also not killing out his defense entirely. So he's not as bad as some people have made him out to be, but he's not great either until later. Then LR Goku Black and Zamasu, obviously without question. If you guys have LR Goku Black and Zamasu, this is going to be where they shine a decent amount. But the cool thing here on Global is that you already have UI Goku. So if you're able to pull UI Goku, you've already been able to run them on a team that they actually match on. The only negative holdback to that is that it's ki +2, whereas here you're getting an additional 2 ki because it's ki +3 from each leader. So there is that kind of sort of push and shove kind of thing there. But you have UI Goku, and you've already been able to run your LR Goku Black and Zamasu. You already know what they can do on a 120 team, and it's pretty gross. But then their sort of buddy on Extreme Tech that you would definitely want to bring is Merge Zamasu. Then Mass Saiyan, because Mass Saiyan is a fantastic unit. Probably hasn't honestly got enough love even on my channel. I've run him as a leader and tried out a few things with him. I like Mass Saiyan as a unit a lot. He's a really cool unit, a really nice unit, does a lot of damage, helps with debuff, stuff like that. And then last but not least, a character I've not been able to pull on either version of the game. Do not have this one on JP either. Is second form Cell. He just has to be there. He pretty much, as far as if you're wanting to talk full on optimal, he pretty much has to be there. He's like one of the only really good attack, defense, buff, support units that Extreme Tech has. So he pretty much almost has to be there if you are talking full on top of the line optimal team. And I feel like you can't really argue too much on any of these units. They're all pretty much the optimal 5 units you need to run on this team, with that last slot being something that honestly, just whatever you have available to you can probably throw in there, because your main rotations are probably going to look like LR Goku Black and Zamasu linked up together, and then and SSJ3 Broly and Mass Saiyan. Or if you choose to do so, because Bio Broly links up so well with the SSJ3 Broly, you could run Bio Broly in that 6th slot too. So let's hop in now to the other options as far as what your main rotations go. That's what it's going to probably look like: LR Goku Black, Zamasu, Mass Saiyan. LR Goku Black, Zamasu with Merge Zamasu, and then SSJ3 Broly and Mass Saiyan, or maybe SSJ3 Broly and Bio Broly. Moving on from that though, the options available to you, probably going to be Tech Golden Frieza. That's going to be one of your top tier units. Something exclusive to Global that I kind of want to try out is the Angel Final Form Frieza. Not a whole lot of support there as far as like his actual passive. His passive just benefits him and doing more damage, but a unit that JP doesn't even have that you can totally run on an Extreme Tech team and get probably decent results out of, which is kind of cool. The Tech Super Buu is not too terribly bad. The Tech World Tournament Turles is not too terribly bad. As I've already mentioned, Bio Broly is a pretty decent unit to run here. He helps with ki. He also has several links similar to SSJ3 Broly. That's the only downfall to running Mass Saiyan and Broly on the same rotation. They're great units, but they only share one key link. And depending on what your rotation is looking like, you may run into some key issues with those guys, but it kind of sort of is what it is. And then the Tech Super 17, which I've already mentioned. I don't think I mentioned yet on this part, but I mentioned earlier. Not a bad unit to run as well. The Tech Super 17, because he just changed key spheres for you, so he supports you in that form, and then that's about really all he would be there for. But those are kind of sort of the units I would say you could run in your option slot, / replace some of those that I mentioned were most likely the most optimal units you can run on Extreme Tech. And last but not least, and what makes this unit so worth, not so much right now, but when the SSJ3 Bardock releases, the Super Saiyan 3 category is, while I do tout Revived Warriors as my favorite team, the SSJ3 category is right there with it, like probably right there underneath. Maybe it's just because it's still sort of new, and I've used Fusion so much, and I used the Omega Shenron, probably not too much just because Omega Shenrons were not out there, but anyways, you guys get what I'm saying. SSJ3 category is absolutely stupid. So if you're getting this guy and you're going to hang on to him until SSJ3 comes out, that's not a bad idea. If you have full-on intentions of trying to get Bardock and build out a really cool Super Saiyan 3 team, this guy is going to offer you more value probably there than running an Extreme Tech team, but that's just my honest opinion. Extreme Tech is not bad, but it's just, there's something it's lacking. Especially when I'm sitting there, you know, you're not fighting over support units. You're actually trying to be like, what can I fit in this last slot on this team? But those are the units that I would suggest you run on a team. That always sort of seems to help people better on, you know, do I really want to summon for this guy? But the big thing here is he does come back. He came back on the JP, and he will most definitely come back before Super Saiyan 3 comes out, I'm sure. But if you want to go ahead and already have a leap up and you want to make sure you have this guy ready to go for when Super Saiyan 3 category drops on Global, which should be sooner than later, especially with what we've seen they do with Ultimate Gohan, with UI Goku, stuff like that. It's very possible that could be very soon. Then it might be something you want to do. So anyways, there you go, guys. That's today's video. That's the before you summon. My honest opinion comes down to what you want to do. Are you running to run Extreme Tech? Do you have LR Goku Black and Zamasu, and you're really wanting to run that Extreme Tech team? Do you want to hold out and maybe wait for different stuff? You're not concerned about having him on your Super Saiyan 3 team, even though he has baller status on an SSJ3 team. It all comes down to all those kind of sort of things. So anyways, guys, as I said at the beginning of the video, if you're new to the channel, if you haven't done so yet, consider going down there, hitting that subscribe button, joining the hashtag NanoFam today, as well as consider slapping a like on today's video. Guys, have a great day. Keep on keeping on. Nanogenix signing off, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.